We have on the phone line with us now head basketball coach of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. That's none other than Coach Byron Smith. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well. And yourself, Mike?
Doing quite well, sir. Thank you for taking time out with this phone conversation. We just got word of the new venue change for the Southwestern Athletic Conference basketball championship. And what is your take on everything and the latest news of changing from the Toyota Center over to the Delmore Center?
Well, Mike, after, thinking about it a little bit, I'm all for, things that are going to, enhance and improve our brand and our conference, Southwestern Athletic Conference. So, if it's something that's going to be, cost effective and puts us in a position where we can be in the surplus and be able to, make, money, I think it's great. I'm all for it. I trust our leadership here with Ashley Robinson. I know he's a very, careful and deliberate thinker, and I know his vote is all for, improving, what we're doing. So for us, as a basketball program, as a basketball team, as I said before, the baskets are 10 feet and the court's 94 by 52. So it's going to be a good basketball environment, the court and the baskets and things like that. If those things are in place, that's what we have to stay focused on. No matter where it is, it's going to be basketball, and that's our job, to make sure we go out and play and execute the right way.
Well, we were talking on the Mike Prince show that with changing of the venue like this, it's actually going to help, in my opinion, increase the brand's image, the brand that of the Southwest Athletic Conference when it comes to TV games. Because even though you're having 5,000 to 6,000 people show up to a basketball championship game at the Toyota Center, it still looks naked when you're viewing on television. And when you go to a smaller place like this at the Delmore Center, it's actually going to give you that pop effect with the eyes of the viewers on the networks.
I agree, and, obviously, the Toyota Center, it's off the bells and whistles. I think kids get excited about it, playing an NBA venue, NBA arena. I think that's exciting. I think you can kind of sell that, when you're recruiting kids and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's about what makes sense and what looks, like, a real bona fide, basketball venue, conference tournament, where you can actually see fans and, you can, they're not so far away. Actually crowd participation is something that, will exist, in this new venue. So we're excited about it. I just think it makes sense. It's not like we're moving outside of the great city of, Houston for it. So I still think that gives Prairie View, some advantage. I really do.
So it's really going to have an impact. I can see now if you got another Texas Southern Prairie View championship game, it's going to be standing room only at this place. And it is just really an exciting time. Now, with the meetings and stuff that have just adjourned on June 7th, what are the chances that they'll still try to keep this championship series in the Houston area?
Well, I would hope that it would remain. I mean, obviously, it's just Houston's a great city, greater Houston. Obviously, it's a great place in terms of accommodation, places to go out and eat, things to go out and visit and see. I just think it makes sense. I mean, there are a lot of great cities, I think, that are around, the surrounding areas of our conference, but I just think Houston makes sense. Everyone's in here to recruit. All SWAC schools come into Houston, greater Houston area, to recruit players. And I think that, once again, it gives you somewhat of an advantage to be able to attract some of the better players out of Houston. If you can say, hey, we're going to turn around and play the conference tournament right there, in your hometown. So I just think it makes sense. It's an economical place, not overly expensive. I think, everything's fairly affordable. And I just think, it's one of the melting pots and one of the hotbeds of high school basketball. And I just think that, obviously, with the Rockets, having a good season, I just think there's a lot of positive vibe going on in the city of Houston for basketball. So I just think it makes sense that it's here now, and hopefully it will remain in Houston for years to come.
We're speaking with head basketball coach Byron Smith of the Prairie View A&M University Panthers. The Southwest Athletic Conference has just recently announced they'll be changing the basketball championship game and the tournament as a whole from the Toyota Center to the Delmore Center. Now, Coach, on a more, personal note, as being one of the head coaches in the conference, have you had the personal opportunity of going to the Delmore Center and looking it over for yourself to get a first-hand feel of what it might feel like?
I've been to the old Del Mar, where they used to have a lot of, high school games, playoff games, and so forth. And I've been to the new one, yes. It's kind of en route. I've been over there. I've seen it. It's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful building. The renovation has been, beautiful. Excuse me, the new construction has been just beautiful. And I think it's going to make for a really interesting, basketball venue, not only for, the SWAC, but for high school, and probably other, events that come to Houston. So it's ideal. It's in a good location. It's spaced out, right at the top of 290 and 610. So I think, obviously for, accommodation and things like that, a bunch of hotels, kind of in the area, I just think it makes sense. I mean, and kudos to, our leadership, with our conference and our athletic directors and presidents and things like that. They got together and came up with this, this new direction. So I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great plan. And looking forward to being a part of it now and in the future of Southwestern Athletic Conference basketball.
Well, when you go in comparison to a conference that most SWAC teams kind of measure themselves up against, and that I'm speaking of the Southland Conference, they're using the Prairie Center, which is pretty comparable to what's going on here with the Delmore Center. But when you just mentioned the hotels and accommodations, this is actually a little bit better located for such a venue for the conference to behold.
I think so. Some of these other places, the Merrill Center, KD Berry Center, those guys, things a little bit further out. But I just think it's just a great location. I really do. And again, it's just space. And obviously, if you you save your coins, it can kind of be an end of the year trip, for family to go over to the Galleria, which is right down the road. So I think it touches on a lot of neat things. Just a great area. It's a great area. It's not, traffic is, it's not really that bad in that part. Obviously you have to know the times to travel and things like that, but I think it's enough space. I think the Toyota Center didn't provide, but, the issue with parking became a bigger issue, each year at the Toyota Center. But here, obviously there's parking right there. There's areas around. So, again, I think the location, as you say, Mike, is probably as good as you'll find, for a venue of this sort.
All right, Coach Byron Smith and the Prairie View Panthers will try to get their eyes set now at the Delmore Center versus the Toyota Center. Now, Coach, speaking of Panthers basketball, can you bring us up to speed on how recruiting is unfolding for you guys and what we got to look forward to?
Mike, recruiting is always good. We feel, and I've shared this with you time and time again, that, our campus is so nice. We've got a lot of great things going on here on campus that we can get kids on a plane and get them down. We think we've got a pretty good chance to, secure, some commitments and get some guys signed. So, in the spring, we signed a young man out of Baltimore, Maryland, by way of Angelina Junior College, Gary Blackson. Dynamic player, can play multiple positions, very, very tough kid, East Coast kid, he's a good shooter, he's a good, penetrator, plays above the rim, and he sticks his nose in and really likes to defend. So, he's going to be a welcome addition. We've got some kids on campus now, as we speak. So we've still got a couple scholarships to fill, and we've got some nice targets, So right now we're just, you're just going through the process of just seeing who's going to be a good fit. It's not quality. It's not quantity, it's quality. We have a lot of, options, but we just want to make sure it's the right young man, student athlete that's going to come in and represent Prairie View both on and off the court. So, we should probably have this deal wrapped up here probably by month's end. Going into the July recruiting period, we should probably be done. So we're real close. We've got, like I said, a few kids right now that are very, very close to committing. And, we've got two kids on campus right now. I feel really good about both of them. One of them really, really sounds like he's about ready to pull the trigger. And hopefully the next time you and I speak, Mike, I will be able to announce the 2017-18 Prairie View men's basketball recruiting class in its entirety. We should be done by the next time we speak. But it's going in a good direction. We feel really good about the direction that we're going in. And once again, we've got championship on our mind. This is not a 5-year plan. This is a now plan. And we feel like we're putting the team together to compete for a championship and even win one really, really, really soon. I mean, that's the goal, Mike. I think I've shared that with you. I've shared that with Mr. Robinson. I've shared that with anyone that's got ears and that's about Prairie View basketball. That's what we're all about, winning championships right now.
Well, we're looking forward to it. We're excited about the announcements to come with the new recruits, the new PV family, if you will. and it's always a joy to speak with you, Coach. I really enjoy the on-air and the off-air conversations. We're getting ready to swing things around real quickly here. Would you like to have any closing comments before we wrap this one up?
You know, Mike, like I said, always a pleasure. You know, you've been very, very helpful and supportive, you know, both near and far, and we really appreciate it. You know, you're all in, you know, obviously, and that means a lot. But, you know, to our fans and, you know, our alumni and, you know, just, you know, everyone that's associated now and been associated with the program, we appreciate your support. And we're going to do everything within our power to make you proud and hang a banner. I mean, that's really important to us. We know it's important to you. You know, and continuing to graduate these young men. You know, we had all of our seniors that graduated, you know, and got their degree, so they're ready to go out in society and be productive Prairie View citizens, and we're excited about that. So it's just the culture is we're building it. You know, we need a little patience, but you know, we're building a culture, something that you guys can be proud of. So we're really excited about it, and just continue to pray for us and support us, and we're going to return that back to you twofold.
All right, Coach Byron Smith, head basketball coach of the Panthers. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. As always, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.